Hi, Virgo. Welcome. Okay, Virgo, let's get into your reading. I want to start off with the messages I was getting while I was preparing for your reading, which was all about decision time, making decisions. Some of you may be going back and forth as it relates to finances. Some of you may be going back and forth as it relates to romance or partnerships. I just feel like there's some challenges that are being presented to my Virgos. But it's also, not anything, Virgo, you can't figure out with that analytical brain. But I do feel like that's like this analyzing period, right? Where you may be literally day by day or moment by moment changing your mind or flipping back and forth, in your feelings about a situation or what the next right decision is for you. So let's get some cards out and help you out with that, and we'll go from there. So, Virgo, we have the Eight of Wands here. What else for my Virgos? Why are the cards so messy? Sorry, I like when they come out one at a time, but I will take note of that. Okay. Eight of Wands. What else? There we go. The Eight of Pentacles, okay. And the Six of Wands, I like that. And let's get one more for my Virgos. And I have lyrics in my head, and it says, and it all comes down to you. Stevie Nicks. I'm probably getting Stevie Nicks a lot lately because I love Stevie Nicks, but it's fall. So for some reason, I always want to hear like Fleetwood Mac music in the fall because there's something so witchy about Stevie Nicks, and I just dig her vibe. I wonder what her zodiac sign is. If you know, let me know. Okay, so anyways, but that's the lyrics of the songs that I'm getting, and it all comes down to you. So the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles here. The Eight of Wands is about communication. It's fast-moving energy. Sometimes it could be text messages, phone calls, social media, emails. I feel like a lot of communication going on right now for my Virgos, especially about work or finances or things that are related to maybe what you do for a living. For others of you, the Eight of Pentacles is here just to represent like self-work, dedicating time to yourself, working hard on your goals, on the things that, are going to stabilize you, Virgo. And I also got the term accomplishments, your accomplishments. And with the Six of Wands here, the Six of Wands is about getting things accomplished. It's also about recognition. It's also about overcoming things. And with the Three of Cups here, this could be relational, like in regards to relationships, but it could also denote celebrations or, something to celebrate in the way of a win. Some of you Virgos are long overdue for a win. And now I'm getting that song, All I Do Is Win. So I love this. Let's go a little bit deeper and see what else we have coming through for my Virgos. I cannot get away from that song. Eight of Wands. What is that about? Okay, not my favorite card. What's going on with the energy right now? Okay, then you have the card of totality. Got it. That card tried to come out earlier. Some of you. Okay, I'm gonna get more specific here in a minute. Some of you need to kind of slow down a little bit though, because this is a lot of fast-moving energy, and sometimes fast-moving energy can be a bit overwhelming, right? It could also lead to not well thought out decision making, like impulsiveness. Okay, and you have two kind of concerning cards here. This is the card of mental illness, and this is the card of the mind. Look at that. Now, some of you may actually be battling with mental illness or dealing with somebody who is, and certainly nothing to be ashamed of. You know, I think to some degree we all have our own emotional and mental battles. But the other way I can read this is, you know, like you're trying to accomplish too much in too small of a frame of time, to the point that like it's stretching you, or it's wearing you thin, right? Like, or is it stretching you thin? Whatever the saying is, but you get what I mean. I just feel like there's an overstimulation here. There's like an overthinking type of energy, needing to slow down a little bit, especially when it comes to making decisions in relationships or indulging too much, because sometimes needing to slow down when it's paired with the Three of Cups is like, hey, you know, be more discerning, be more decisive about how you're handling your emotions, how you're handling relationships, etc. With the Eight of Pentacles here, with the card of totality, you know, I feel like you're going to get a helping hand though. So also, whatever it is, whatever journey you're on here, Virgo, to accomplish something that is meaningful to you, I feel like there's a helpful person or a helping hand that may be showing up for you just in the nick of time. So be on the lookout for that as well. But let's go even deeper and see what else for my Virgos. Okay, let's see. There's that Eight of Pentacles again. So you have 3 eights. Look up the meaning of eights. You have 888 out. And let's see. To me, eights are like representative of the infinity symbol, which I have on my wrist here. So sometimes it could talk about eternity, but it could also talk about patterns. It can talk about breaking generational curses, things of that nature, Virgo, on a spiritual level. But also look up numerology 8. Okay, so with the Eight of Pentacles and Temperance, this is all about working also on your temperament, on your emotions, how you flow energy throughout your life and through your body. Some of you have some sort of passionate desire here, or a passionate new beginning, and I feel like it's full force ahead, which gives me a little bit of caution because, see, the Chariot is like extremely fast movement. For some of you, this could also literally be travel. You may be traveling, you know, going to, I don't know, destinations or celebrations, something of that nature. But on a more broader sense, this is really extreme fast movement forward. And the reason that makes me hesitate a little bit is because the card of slow down was here. So also, oh, okay, some of you need to slow down while you're driving because you might get a speeding ticket. I don't usually get as literal as that, but that came through like really, really, really clear. So for all my crazy Virgo drivers, be safe on those streets. You know what I mean? But let's see what else we get around that, because I get a cautionary tale here. And I want to go a little bit deeper on that subject, but let's go further. Knight of Wands. The Seven of Wands. There's that Six of Wands again. And the Page of Pentacles. So, again, lots of fiery energy, lots of passion showing up, lots of fast-moving energy. The Knight of Wands is taking action, okay? And this is coming under whatever you're dedicated to, whatever your goals are, whether it be financial or just for your own growth. I feel like a lot of movement and progress being made there. When it comes to this temperance energy, though, you know, I feel like there is this need, Virgo, to, when it comes to tempering your emotions, to hold back a little bit, or you're attempting to hold back a little bit, you know, to figure yourself out, to figure a situation out before you take action. But some of you, you can just taste it. Like you can taste the win on your tongue. You know what I mean? Like some of you are just ready. You're ready to go. You're ready to take action. You're ready to do something. Some of you, this is coming from like just wanting to get out of like a funk or a weird headspace, you know? Because I'm getting another song. Get out of my head, oh no. It's LP. I can't get the song out. I'm sure it'll come through. But you know what I mean? It's like the sense of like, you know, when you just want to get out of your head. So you get out, you know, you go out, or like you do something, like you keep yourself busy. Like this is it's weird because it's also overstimulating at the same time. And you have two cards of like wanting to be seen as well, like wanting to show up, or yeah, like look at me energy. And I mean that in a positive sense, but hey, you know, like look at me. You know what I mean? Like or you're dealing with somebody possibly that has a very strong desire to be seen by you, like a look at me person. Okay, so yeah, take it as it resonates. Could be you, could be another person. But then there's like this Three of Cups, which is all about, you know, things coming together. This is your emotional level, and there's this caution about slowing down, but then there's also this like fast moving energy towards a new potential. So I think all that said, like I feel like it will be very tempting to jump on the first thing that grabs your attention. Be careful about that, Virgo. That doesn't really sound very Virgo-like. But I'm getting like, there's so much momentum here. You know, if you see a potential, okay, whether that's a potential in a person, a potential opportunity, or a potential like with a home or money or a car, or whatever this is, you know, I feel like you may grab that opportunity without maybe looking at your other options, shopping around, or, you know, being discerning. So be very careful about that, Virgo. But let's go deeper and see. What is that song again? I think that the song is called No Witness by LP. Yeah, that's what she says. No witness. So check that song out. It may resonate with you. What else for Virgos? Yeah, some of you are, listen, if you feel very strongly about a person, a topic, a subject, or whatever this you've got in your mind, on your mind, you're going for it. And there ain't no caution that I could give you that I think would stop you at this point. Because I feel like some of you have thought about something and you've thought about it, you've overthought about it, and it's almost overkill. And now it's like go time or something. You know, or during the month of October, it's just going to be too good to resist or too hard to resist something. So, you know, I never try to tell people what to do. I'm just telling you what the energy is, but the Tower is here. So let me try and see what this Tower is. And the King of Swords is in reverse is here. I don't like that. What is that? And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. And the thing is, Virgo, at the end of the day, you get to make all of the decisions for you. But you have the Magician here, the King of Swords in reverse. Now, this could be somebody you're dealing with. I don't pick this up as Virgo, your energy. But it could be your energy. The King of Swords in the reverse is, that's my asshole card. Sorry. It's just, they're an asshole, you know, whether it's male or female. Like, not very good energy, not kind energy. But at the same time, like the King of Swords in reverse is usually very cold, very detached, no contact, no communication. Or if this person does communicate, it is, you know, blunt to the point, possibly mean, cruel, you know, can be cruel. I feel strongly this is somebody you might be connecting with that you might be on the fence about or trying to figure out how you feel about this person. And you may be getting more of the total picture as October goes deeper into the month. But of course, this could, you know, you could be coming off cold and detached or cutting somebody off because maybe, you know, they feel off to you or you've got your guard up. So take it as it's resonating with you. I can see it either way. And with the Tower here, see, this is this back and forth between like full steam ahead, wait, slow down. No, I'm going for it. And then boom, the Tower's here. So there's some like really unpredictable energy also showing up. And this is showing up under the Three of Cups, which usually denotes connections, relationships, like your emotional self. So I feel like there's that back and forth energy or that contradicting energy. It could feel like one day you need to take one day at a time, and the next day you may feel like, no, I got to go for this, or I got to make some sort of movement or change here. So it's like very disruptive energy. It could feel like very disruptive emotional energy as well. With the Tower, there's going to be a change to this situation. And like, that's not going to go on for much longer. In fact, it's going to erupt somewhere around Scorpio season. So like end of October to middle of November. The encouragement here is to, again, the Four of Pentacles here and the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is holding back. This is biting your tongue. This is, you know, if you're in a situation where you're not contacting somebody, stay that way. You know, because there's the Five of Wands here, which is a tug of war, conflict. And for some of you, there could be conflict brewing. And say you open up those communication lines again and say, I flip these over. Well, then there's an argument here, or the conflict. Or like, say if you go backwards on something, or I don't know, you don't stay steady in your stance, okay, or controlled in your emotions, it could end up in a very disruptive situation for you when it comes more towards the end of the month. So that's the caution here, Virgo. When you have both the King and the Queen showing up, this is a duel, right? Especially Swords energy, because Swords energy wants to be right, factual, logical, right? So justified. It could be very self-righteous energy, and this could be coming from you or the person you're connecting with, or both. Like, say if you're in conflict with this person. So it just feels like it goes nowhere to me, right? Outside of that situation, I feel like, you know, when it comes to whatever you've got your mind set on for success or whatever you're passionate about, I feel like that's going to be full throttle. And you may get, like I said earlier, some recognition or like a sense of accomplishment or achievement when it comes to that area of your life. But it's really about, at the end of the day, Virgo, staying balanced within yourself and being discerning about what you're giving your time and your focus and your attention to, and not trying to spark drama or arguments or entertain that, right? If you're feeling back and forth about a situation, like, and you're constantly juggling something in your mind, usually that indicates that you need to think about it longer and not take action until you feel certain about something. And I do feel like you will reach that point of certainty, but I'm not entirely sure it's going to be necessarily anytime soon or in this October timeframe, but something may be disrupting here or erupting, okay, that changes things. So just be aware and on the watch out for that. If you've cut people out of your life because they're not good for you or whatever your reasoning is, you know, you did that for a reason, and I think that you should honor that and be careful not to go backwards on that. I don't know what kind of planetary alignments we have coming up, but that may show up as a temptation here. But again, free will, so it's up to you what you decide, Virgo. Let's see what the guidance is. Okay. You have the card of listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really know somebody. If you really want to understand someone. Now is not the time to offer advice or to be a talker, but instead to be a compassionate listener. Listen fully and intently. And that means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but also notice what lies beneath the words. Interesting. And that kind of goes with what I was saying, like sometimes choosing silence and being observant, right? Being analytical will tell you what you need to know and help you understand what to do next. So pay attention, Virgo, pay attention and read the room. All right, so zodiac signs that you could be connecting with. I have Leo, Sagittarius. I have Aries, Scorpio, Cancer. I have Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And that's it, Pisces, if I didn't say that already. But it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Oh yes, please comment. You guys are helping me get back in the algorithm. Thank you so much. And thank you for all of your support when I was going through my own life crises a few months ago. Appreciate that. So comment below, say hi, say what's up, leave me a heart, whatever. I'll appreciate that, and give me a like, share, subscribe so you don't miss out. I'll be going live on Sundays more often. And if you like the you versus them spreads, that's what I'm going to be doing on Sundays. Let's see what else. Oh, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of both. I go live on Facebook as well for full moons. I do daily readings there. Don't miss out. And I'm new to TikTok, but I'm giving it my best. So TTWD23 or 24, I can't remember. Anyways, it's linked in the description box below. Just click on the description box and you'll find it there. Wishing you the best. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.